but what if I don't know what I am, Vicki? So that's what we're going to talk about today. What Enneagram type number are you, if you're not entirely sure? So if you hop on over to the Facebook group, because I do get in there and I'm happy to answer any questions, but all of these things, we can all help each other work out what the numbers are for each other. But if you want to recap, maybe go back and listen to the videos. There's going to be more of a deep dive information in the book when I finally get around to finishing it and getting a publisher who will take it on board and roll it out. That will give you all the information that you need in order to help you get clarity as well, because everything starts with awareness. Step one: what shoes are you wearing? What number are you? What's your main core operatus modem that you come from every single day? So the ones operate from a place of I am right and I am perfection. Number two is I like to be liked and I need to be needed. The threes are I love to be successful and I am an achiever. The fours are I am different and I like to stand out from the crowd. I love being in the limelight. The fives are don't tend to be often comfortable in the limelight unless they have got a strong wing number of a 4, which I'm going to be talking about now shortly after this. And the fives are all about being learned and wise. The 6 is all about loyalty and safety and security, and can be a little bit paranoid. The 7s are all about freedom, baby. Just don't tie me down. I don't like to be committed, but I do like to have lots of fun. 8s are the power numbers. So they are very interesting in that they need power and they need control. And the 9s are the chill babies. They are the, hey, relax, take it easy, let's not stress out about anything. I always think of the Rastafarian, It's so cool. Just don't get stressed about it all. It's all good. What's that song? Don't worry, be happy. They're the 9s, So lots of fun with that, and I would love to know, after this video as well, what your thoughts are in the Facebook group, like what numbers you think you are, because today we're talking about wing numbers. So not only do you have a core number here, but you'll have your wing numbers, and this is where it gets confusing. You see, some people go, oh, I could see myself in that number, I could see myself in that number. Well, there's a reason for that. There's one core system that you'll normally operate out of, and you might have one side that's overdeveloped and the other underdeveloped, and you might want to develop both so that you're on an even keel. I mean, those kind of like catamaran boats where you've got the boat in the middle and you've got your two floaters on either side. It's the same sort of thing. If you've got one that's off balance or out of the water, then you're going to be off kilter. So the whole idea here is, if you're in your own core system, if you're on a higher end and it's Richter scale, you need to be able to bring that down. And also with your wing numbers, if you're off the Richter scale on one side, you may think that you are this number, but in actuality your core number is this. It's just been underdeveloped. It hasn't been allowed to be developed. It's been quashed over the years by society, family, culture, whatever the case may be. So by virtue of that, you've gone high end on a wing number, or you might have it where you've got all up at the top on both sides, and your main core number all in the center, which is quite often why people can't pick their set number themselves, or they write down where they're so disconnected they actually have no clue. And that's normally, I find, because there's been some level of deep trauma or something that they're so disconnected from their true self that they really don't know who they are. So all of this is here to help change that for you. It's like, who am I? What are my shoes? What shoes am I wearing? Am I wearing them because I have to, because I want to. Which shoes would I rather be wearing? Which shoes have I not tried wearing? Am I on the right path with the right people? And this is what this whole journey is about. Little bite-sized chunks that we can do every single day together, and I encourage you to take those steps. So what I would like you to do is start looking at your wing numbers. Start going, okay, well, I quite like this number, and this number. So normally you'll find it's like grouped. I display these 3 kind of characteristics if you can't work it out, and it's like, is that, which one is more like your center number? What do you think you might be? So for example, let's give you an example. If you are a 3 and you're high achieving, no matter what the cost, you walk on whoever, so this is the Richter scale wrong end. I will achieve. It's all about the material, it's all about the ego, it's all about achieving, succeeding, and there is the wing number of the 4, which is I need to be in the limelight as well. So I'm now at the top of the scale of I'll walk on anybody to get there, to serve my own purpose. I'm at the high end of the 4, which is I have to be in the limelight, and I will take out whoever I need to in order to be able to get there. And it's so that I can have the limelight shining on me, typically serving the ego again. And they become super ego driven, and the ego really does take over as like a different personality from, say, when they were little kids. So the other side of it is the 2, and the 2 would be, I like to be like, I need to be needed. Well, they may dish the I like to be liked bit, but they might work on the I need to be needed. And it's like, well, I am the head of my corporation, which has hundreds of employees who need me, and if it weren't for me being like this in the limelight, striving and getting more business, they wouldn't have jobs. So they justify that kind of imbalance. So the idea is, how can we taper those strong emotions and strong core drivers, and reconnect them with their soul. Their soul's down here going, hello, hi, I'm over here. What happened? Where are you? You're completely lost. How can we have it where that's in more balanced and healthy environment? So a more healthier 3 would probably be, okay, do you know what? I am not going to take actions in my corporation that is going to be at the cost of others. If that's the way it's going to be, then I'm going to let that go, or I'm going to do it my way in my own organization, with my integrity intact, with my soul intact, on a path that is going to be soulful, that is going to empower others, that is going to change people's lives for the better, and it's for the greater good, where they become a force for good. Okay, it might be that they use their 4, but in a more balanced way, where they don't have to have the limelight. In fact, they will not do it at any cost. In fact, they'll be quite picky about what it is that they're going to do, and when they're actually going to do it, and how they're going to do it. So it might be that they will pick their channels that support that underlying ethical theme of integrity and empowerment. And even if they get approached by other parties that would say, hey, we'll give you exposure on this network or that network, or we'll do it in this way, on the proviso that you compromise your values or your integrity, or if it means that it's not actually for the greater good, but hey, it's going to serve your ego, you're going to look good and get more coverage, they might actually decline that, because it's not actually in line with their purpose. They're not purpose-driven enterprise. Then I like to be like, I need to be needed. They get that they don't need to be needed. They get to the point where it's like, I'm going, and I don't have to be liked. I'm okay if people don't like me, and I'm all right with that, and I let that go. And I will be liked, knowing that because I am in line with my purpose, I will be liked for who I am, the way that I'm doing it, and you're either on board or not, and we're going in this direction on my path, my way, going down this road that's going to benefit all. So if that sounded useful to you, please, do like, share, please hop over to the Facebook group. Let's get chatting. If you're still holding back a little bit, totally fine. Just keep tuning in. Don't stop moving. Just don't stop moving. It's one of those things that you have to take action. Little steps, ladies, every single day. And gents, if you want to join us, just keep the momentum going. Let's discover together. Let's be there together. Let's work together. Let's journey together. Let's walk together. And hopefully you will join me again next time. Thank you so much for making time. Really appreciate it. And you have a delightful day. Namaste.